most visited countries in the world, Spain welcomes over 94 million travelers each year. Outside the well-known places in Spain, there are plenty of budget-friendly destinations that offer amazing travel experiences. From the well-preserved structures of Antequera to the beautiful village of Frigiliana, here are 25 insanely cheap destinations in Spain. 25. Calatayud. Calatayud, a town in the province of Zaragoza in Aragon, Spain, stands out for its unique mudéjar architecture. One of the most well-known landmarks is the Colegiata de Santa Maria, a beautifully built church. Just a short walk away, the Museo Municipal de Calatayud holds artifacts that trace the town's development from the Iberian and Roman periods to more recent times that provide insight into the daily life and traditions of past generations. 24. Sigüenza. Sigüenza is a town filled with history, standing on a hill in the province of Guadalajara, Spain. The town's medieval character remains strong, with fortified walls and architectural landmarks that reflect its long past. At the center of Sigüenza is its grand cathedral, a striking example of Gothic architecture. The detailed interior and towering main altar make it one of the most impressive buildings in the town. Close to the cathedral, Sigüenza Castle stands as a reminder of its medieval defenses built in the 12th century. The fortress now operates as a Parador hotel, providing a wide view of the surrounding countryside. Beyond the castle, the Collegiate Church of Santa Maria la Mayor adds another layer of history with its Renaissance-style architecture and carefully preserved frescoes, highlighting the town's deep artistic and religious heritage. 23. Luarca. Luarca, known as the White Villa of the Green Coast, is a small town in northern Spain. Throughout the town, you will see large homes built by the Indianos, locals who moved to the Americas and later returned with wealth. Their detailed facades and bright colors make them stand out among the smaller buildings. The harbor is the center of activity, with fishing boats moving in and out throughout the day. Walking along the quays, you can watch the boats or take a boat trip along the coast, offering a different perspective. A walk to the Faro de Luarca, the town's lighthouse, offers a clear view of the coastline. 22. Guadix. Guadix, a historic town in southern Spain, has been home to human settlements since prehistoric times. One of its most distinctive features is the cave dwellings, where people have lived for generations. The cave neighborhoods have a quiet charm, with whitewashed facades and winding paths leading to homes. Some of these caves have been turned into museums, where you can learn about their history, construction, and how they continue to be lived in today. The town also has historical sites that highlight different periods of its past, like the Alcázaba of Guadix, a fortress from the 11th century that still stands with its thick walls and towers overlooking the town. Nearby, Guadix Cathedral stands on the site of a former mosque, reflecting the architectural changes the town has experienced. The cathedral's design has detailed stonework and high ceilings that create a quiet and impressive space. 21. Trujillo. Trujillo is a town in western Spain's Extremadura region. Its position made it a key stronghold for centuries, and its streets reflect the wealth brought back from the Spanish conquest of the Americas. At the center of Trujillo is Plaza Mayor, the town's main square, surrounded by historic buildings with stone facades that showcase detailed craftsmanship. Walking through the square, you can take in the town's unique character. Moving uphill, Castillo de Trujillo stands as one of the town's most imposing landmarks. This medieval fortress was built on ancient Moorish foundations and served as a strong defensive position for centuries. A short walk from the castle, the Church of Santa Maria la Mayor rises above the old town. Its Gothic design stands out with intricate stonework and tall arched windows. Inside, the detailed carvings and vaulted ceilings show the skill of the craftsmen who built it. 20. Antequera. Antequera is a town in southern Spain with a past that stretches back to the Bronze Age. Walking through its well-preserved center, you'll see structures that reflect the different civilizations that shaped it. One of the most remarkable places is the dolmens of Antequera. These massive stone tombs were constructed thousands of years ago with remarkable precision. The Menga dolmen, one of the largest in Europe, has a vast chamber supported by enormous stone slabs. Nearby, the Viera dolmen features a long corridor leading to a burial chamber, offering a glimpse into ancient burial traditions. The Tolos of El Romeral stands out with its beehive-shaped design, adding another layer to the mystery of these prehistoric sites. Moving from prehistoric wonders to medieval strength, the Alcázaba of Antequera dominates the town from a hill. Built during the Islamic period, this fortress once served as a powerful military outpost. Below the fortress, the Royal Collegiate Church of Santa Maria la Mayor highlights a later period of Antequera's history. Inside, the combination of different styles makes the space feel larger and more intricate, showing the artistic changes of its time. 19. Arcos de la Frontera. Arcos de la Frontera stands high above the Guadalete River Gorge, offering some of the most striking views in Andalusia. Walking through the old town, you'll notice colorful flowers hanging from balconies, and each turn brings something new. At the highest point of Arcos, Castillo de Arcos dominates the skyline. This medieval castle once served as a fortress, protecting the town from invaders. Today, its walls and towers provide wide views of the countryside. Close to the castle, Basilica de Santa Maria de la Asunción stands out. Its detailed facade and ornate interior reflect the long history of Arcos, making it a place where every part of the structure tells a story. Nearby, Iglesia de San Pedro stands at the edge of the cliff, giving an even clearer view of the Guadalete River Gorge. A short walk away, Plaza del Cabildo is surrounded by historic buildings to enjoy the surroundings and watch daily life at a steady pace. 18. Cazorla. Cazorla, a town in the province of Jaén, Spain, sits at an elevation of 2,743 feet on the western slopes of the Sierra de Cazorla mountain range. One of the most well-known places in the area is the natural park of Sierras de Cazorla, Segura y Las Villas. It is the largest protected area in Spain and the second largest in Europe. The Guadalquivir River begins its course in this park, adding to the area's natural beauty. The river is a great place for kayaking and canoeing. Beyond nature, La Hiedra Castle stands on a hill overlooking the town. Its ruins give a glimpse into its role as a strategic stronghold. Walking through its remains, you can explore what is left of the defensive walls. 17. Priego de Córdoba. Priego de Córdoba, in the southeastern part of Córdoba province, is known for its historic and architectural beauty. Its old town, Barrio de la Villa, has narrow streets lined with whitewashed houses covered in flowers that reflect the town's traditional Andalusian character. Puente del Rey, a Baroque fountain built in the 16th century and later remodeled, is one of the most striking landmarks. Water flows from 139 jets, creating a relaxing sound as it fills the tiers of the fountain. Nearby, the Church of La Asunción stands out with its Andalusian Baroque architecture, while the Castillo de Priego de Córdoba, a medieval fortress, offers a look at the town's past. The castle's ramparts and defensive towers give a sense of its former strength. Now, I know you're getting excited about all these amazing places to visit, but if you're eager to travel the world to explore new locations, cultures, foods, and much more, while taking a breather from your everyday life, you also know it can cost you quite a lot of money. With the Travel on a Dime ebook, you have the opportunity to make the most out of any place you visit without overspending on your travel budget. From finding the right flights and hotel deals to money-saving tips during your trip, it's the perfect guide to help you travel like a pro, ensuring you have a great experience while saving hundreds of dollars on travel. To get your own copy, all you have to do is click the link in the description below this video. 16. La Gomera. La Gomera, one of Spain's Canary Islands, has a rugged terrain shaped by volcanic activity, making it a unique place to explore. San Sebastián de la Gomera is the island's capital with the Torre del Conde, a 15th century fortress that remains one of its most important landmarks. The Church of La Asunción is another key site, as Columbus is said to have prayed there before his voyages. Walking through the historic center, you can see colonial-era buildings and streets that reflect the town's past. Garajonay National Park is one of the most striking areas on the island, home to a rare laurel forest, a type of subtropical cloud forest that once covered much of Europe. The dense trees covered in moss create a cool, misty environment where well-marked trails wind through the landscape. Agulo, a small village surrounded by green hills and terraced fields, stands out with its colorful houses. Here, the Church of San Marcos Evangelista is a highlight, while the Mirador de Abrante, a glass viewing platform built over a cliff, provides a wide view of the surrounding areas. 15. Villa Joyosa. Villa Joyosa, or La Villa Joyosa in Valencian, is a coastal town in the south of Spain's Valencian community. Walking through the old town, you'll see narrow streets lined with buildings that have stood for centuries. As you move toward the waterfront, the well-known colorful houses come into view. Not far from the promenade, Villa Joyosa Central Beach stretches along the coast with soft golden sand and calm waters. Since it's right in the town center, you can easily find places to relax or take a swim, making it an ideal spot to unwind. Villa Joyosa is also known for its chocolate industry, with the Valor Chocolate Factory being a key attraction. A tour of the factory walks you through the chocolate making process, from cocoa beans to finished bars. 14. Hondarribia. Hondarribia, also called Fuenterribia in Spanish, is a coastal town in Spain's Basque Country with a strong historical presence. Its old town is enclosed by medieval walls that have stood for centuries. The Plaza de Armas, the town's main square, is a central gathering place, where the castle of Emperor Carlos V dominates the scene. Once a fortress, the castle has been transformed into a Parador hotel, while keeping its original stone structure intact. A short walk away, the Iglesia de Santa María de la Asunción stands with its Gothic Renaissance architecture, adding to the town's historical charm. Moving beyond the walls, the town opens up to the waterfront, where Hondarribia Beach stretches along the Bidasoa River. This sandy shore offers a place to relax, where you can sunbathe on the soft sand or take part in water activities. 13. Ainsa. Ainsa, a small town in the province of Huesca, Aragon, is one of Spain's most well-preserved medieval villages. Recognized as a historic artistic site, it maintains its original charm with stone buildings and landmarks that reflect its past. Walking through the old town, you can follow cobbled pathways that lead to traditional houses with flower-filled balconies. At the center of the town is Plaza Mayor, a wide open square surrounded by medieval buildings. Not far from here, Ainsa Castle stands as one of the most prominent structures in town. Built in the 11th century, its well-preserved walls and towers provide a clear view of the area. Inside, the castle's museum shares the history of the region, adding depth to the experience. A short walk from the main square leads to the Collegiate Church of Santa Maria, one of the most important buildings in Ainsa. The detailed stonework on its facade draws attention, and inside, the peaceful atmosphere highlights the craftsmanship of the era. 12. Olvera. Olvera, a village in the province of Cádiz, Andalusia, is known for its whitewashed houses and narrow streets that reflect its deep-rooted history. Walking through Olvera, you can see how its Moorish and medieval influences are still present in its architecture and streets. The Arab castle stands at the highest point of the village, built in the 12th century. The stone walls and towers have been well preserved, allowing you to walk through history as you explore the site. Close to the castle, the Church of Our Lady of the Incarnation stands out with its Baroque-style architecture. Built in the 18th century on the site of a former mosque, the church represents an important chapter in Olvera's past. The Villa district is another part of Olvera where its past is still visible. As you walk through, you'll find small plazas and whitewashed homes with colorful flowers that gives a sense of how life has remained unchanged for centuries. 11. Tossa de Mar. Tossa de Mar, a coastal town in Catalonia, Spain, sits on the southern edge of the Costa Brava. One of its most well-preserved sites is Vila Vella, the only remaining medieval walled town on the Catalan coast, providing clear views of the Mediterranean and the town below. The three main towers offer different perspectives, with Joanna's Tower standing out as one of the most impressive. From there, you can continue to the site of the old Tossa Castle, where a lighthouse now stands, providing even more stunning views of the coastline. Nearby, Platja Gran stretches along the waterfront, offering a sandy retreat right in front of the town. The clear blue waters makes it a great place to cool off after exploring the medieval streets, where you can relax under the sun or walk along the promenade. 10. Comillas. Comillas, a coastal town in northern Spain's Cantabria region, is known for its historic sites and unique architecture. The town's historic center has narrow streets lined with traditional houses that lead to Plaza Corro Campios. This square is a lively spot where you can sit at an outdoor cafe and take in the atmosphere. One of the most well-known landmarks is El Capricho de Gaudí. This building stands out with its colorful ceramic tiles and stained glass windows. Nearby, Soberellano Palace adds another layer of architectural interest. Built in the 19th century, the palace has a striking neo-Gothic design. The coast is another highlight of Comillas. Comillas Beach has golden sand and clear waters, making it a good place to relax. The promenade runs along the shoreline, providing an easy path to walk while taking in the views of the sea and the surrounding area. 9. Besalú. Besalú, a medieval town in Catalonia's Garrocha region, is filled with well-preserved architecture that reflect its long history. Recognized as a historical national property in 1966, it remains one of Spain's most remarkable medieval towns. The Romanesque bridge, known as Pont Vell, is one of the most striking landmarks. Built in the 12th century, it stretches across the Fluvia River with 7 arches and fortified towers. One of the first places you'll come across is the monastery of San Pere, a former Benedictine monastery built in 1003. The church still retains much of its original Romanesque design, with its solid stone walls and simple but impressive structure. 8. Centenil de las Bodegas. Centenil de las Bodegas, a town in the province of Cádiz, Andalusia, stands out for how its buildings are built into the cliffs along the Trejo River. Walking through the town, you can see how the streets adapt to the rocky surroundings. Calle Cuevas de la Sombra and Calle Cuevas del Sol are two of the most well-known streets, each shaped by the cliffs. Calle Cuevas de la Sombra stays shady under the rock, while Calle Cuevas del Sol remains bright and open. Beyond the cave houses, Castillo de Centenil stands above the town, once serving as a defensive stronghold during the 12th century. Today, you can explore its remains, including the Torreón del Homenaje, the best preserved part of the fortress. Near the castle is the Church of Nuestra Señora de la Encarnación, built in the 15th century. Inside, you can see religious artifacts and artworks that highlight the town's history and unique character. 7. Cudillero. Cudillero is a small fishing village along the northern coast of Spain, where colorful houses stack against steep cliffs overlooking the Cantabrian Sea. The harbor is where most of the daily activity takes place. Walking along the quays, you can take in the scent of the sea and the sight of the boats gently swaying in the water. A short walk from the harbor leads to Plaza de la Marina, the main square where people gather throughout the day. For a higher view of the coastline, the walk up to Faro de Cudillero, the village's lighthouse, offers a change of perspective. The path winds through steep streets before reaching the top, where the open sea stretches far beyond the shore. 6. San Juan de Gaztelugatxe. San Juan de Gaztelugatxe is a rocky islet off the coast of the Bay of Biscay. The journey starts with a narrow stone bridge that connects the islet to the mainland. The bridge leads to a steep staircase with 241 steps that winds up the rocky slope. With each step, the coastline unfolds, revealing cliffs and open water that seem to go on forever. At the top, a small hermitage dedicated to John the Baptist stands as a reminder of the site's long history. Over time, fires and battles have damaged it, but each time it has been rebuilt. Nearby, the Bay of Biscay spreads out endlessly, with waves crashing against the rocks below. 5. Frigiliana. Frigiliana stands in the hills of Andalusia, a village known for its whitewashed buildings. Recognized as one of Spain's most beautiful villages, it draws you in with its charm. The old town, called Barrio Mudéjar, is filled with winding alleys, where every turn leads to another quiet corner or an open plaza. El Ingenio, a 16th century Renaissance palace, is another landmark that stands out, operating as a sugarcane factory. The building itself is an impressive sight, and stepping inside offers a closer look at how sugar has been made here for centuries. Nearby, the Archaeological Museum presents artifacts that highlight different civilizations that once lived in this area. Some of the best spots in Frigiliana are quieter and tucked away from the main streets, like the Fuente Vieja, an old fountain that has been a source of fresh spring water for generations. 4. Zahara de la Sierra. Zahara de la Sierra is a white village with whitewashed houses in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada in southern Spain. The Plaza de España, the village's main square, is a central spot where you can enjoy local food and watch daily life unfold. The village sits on a hill leading up to the remains of Zahara Castle at the highest point. The castle, though in ruins, played a key role during the Reconquista, when battles shaped the region's history. Beyond the village, the Embalse de Zahara El Gastor reservoir stands out in the distance. Its deep blue waters stretch toward the horizon. Walking trails surround the reservoir, providing different vantage points to take in the views. 3. Albarracin. Albarracin is a historic town in eastern Spain's Teruel province, known for its well-preserved medieval architecture. It's been recognized as one of Spain's most beautiful villages. So walking through the old town, you'll come across the Plaza Mayor, where the town hall stands. The town's defensive history is most evident in the walls of Albarracin, which have stood since the 10th century. These imposing fortifications surround the old town and offer some of the best views in the area. Beyond the walls, Albarracin Castle overlooks the town from a hilltop. Though much of it now lies in ruins, its presence still shapes the skyline. Exploring the remains, you can see remnants of its once powerful defenses. Not far from the castle, the Cathedral of El Salvador adds to the town's historic character, built in the 16th century. Inside, the Dijkhuizen Museum holds a collection of Flemish tapestries showcasing intricate designs from that era. 2. Cadaqués. Cadaqués sits along the Cap de Creus Peninsula in Catalonia, Spain. Its remote location has helped maintain a unique character. One of the most well-known attractions is the Salvador Dalí House Museum, which provides a closer look at the life and work of Salvador Dalí. Cadaqués also has historical landmarks that stand out, like the Church of Santa Maria, built in the 17th century. Inside, the Baroque altarpiece is an impressive feature. Outside the town, Cap de Creus Natural Park offers trails that take you through different terrains. At the farthest edge, the Cap de Creus Lighthouse marks the easternmost point of mainland Spain, standing as a reminder of the untouched nature that surrounds Cadaqués. 1. Ronda. Ronda stands high above the cliffs of Andalusia, Spain, shaped by the deep El Tajo Gorge. The Puente Nuevo is one of Ronda's most recognized landmarks. Completed in the 18th century after more than 40 years of construction, this massive bridge connects the older and newer parts of the city. Not far from the bridge, the Plaza de Toros de Ronda stands as one of Spain's oldest and most respected bull rings. Inside, a museum highlights the history of bullfighting and Ronda's influence on the sport. Another part of Ronda's history can be seen at the Palacio de Mondragón, the former residence of the Moorish king Abu Melek. Its courtyards and gardens provide a quiet space to take in views of the countryside. If you're looking for any tips to enhance your own personal travel and help you manage your travel budget more effectively, click the link in the description. And remember to like and subscribe to help our channel grow.